Do you ever have an event where somebody asks to bring somebody else to their party? Yeah, me too.
This episode's about guests. Hello, welcome to Belles and Banter. My name is Joy.
Justine.
And Husky Jules.
Her voice is sexy.
They're back. My sisters are back, and so you don't have to listen to just my voice. This is great. But anyway, today's episode is going to be all about guest lists. Because at this point, if you've been following our podcast, you've followed all the first steps that we've outlined. You have chosen your venue. Maybe you've picked a general vibe, and now it's time for guest lists, which is arguably one of the most stressful parts of planning your wedding. I have some maybe relatable stories that I picked up from Reddit that I'm going to read to my sisters. This is the first time hearing these things, so I want to get their genuine reactions. Sometimes I struggle to believe that this is real. But anyway, I have some Reddit stories I'm going to read, and then we're going to kind of weave in some foundational advice to maybe follow for your own guest list while you are making things. So yeah, that's the plan for this episode. So we're going to start with first advice. What is your guys' one piece of advice that you would give somebody for making guest lists?
Who cares what anybody says to you?
That's always your
Don't
advice.
listen to them. It's hard to not listen to them, especially if it's a close family member or close friend that is influencing your guest list. But it's your wedding, so that's my piece of advice. Don't listen to what anybody else has to say in this year or this year.
I think my advice is just be really aggressive with cutting people out. You'd be surprised at the number of those people you're inviting are probably not even that close. We'll say that. Just because you're excited about them. Because your first draft, I would say, of your guest list, I would imagine a lot of those people are just there because you had a drink with them once or you saw them once. So yeah, be aggressive with cutting it down, because at the end of the day, these people, you see them again, and so you want to spend your wedding with the people you care about the most, and where your money is going should be going to the people you care about the most.
Yeah, I would say focus on how close or how much of a relationship you have with these people that you are choosing to invite. Focus on that instead of feeling obligated to invite anyone. Because again, it is your wedding. You were really not obligated to do anything except marry your partner. Just stay strong. It's difficult, but stay strong. So that's going to bring me to my first Reddit story. Okay, so this one's not an Am I the Asshole or anything. It was actually posted in the subreddit Bridezillas.
Oh no.
So we'll see. Okay, so this Reddit user said that this is a throwaway account because their family is active on Reddit. Okay, so my partner, 28 male, and I, 27 female, are starting to plan our wedding, which we want to keep on the small side. Really just family and close friends. Nothing wrong with that. If you want a small wedding, do a small wedding. His side is pretty cut and dry on who to invite, but mine gets more complicated because beyond the usual parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins circle, I'm also close with some of my more extended family, and it makes sending invites to some, but not all, tricky. Relatable?
I feel the pain, yeah.
Yeah. So this person says, my mom's aunts and their husbands have basically become a third and fourth set of grandparents for me since I moved to their city, but I have no relationship with my mom's uncle or my dad's aunts. Then I'd want to invite two of my mom's first cousins, the children of one of my mom's aunts, and one of my dad's cousins. He has 6. If I were to do the politically correct thing and just invite everyone on my side, it'll bring our guest numbers to something like 100 people when we want to keep our wedding under 50. If I only invite the people I want to invite, my dad is going to throw a tantrum, even though my future husband and I are the ones paying for the wedding. What do I do?
Yeah, it's tough because you're just put into this emotional position, right? And first off, I just need to write down that whole family dynamics thing. That was I'm like, who's what? But anyway, yeah. But yeah, I think we all know how that feels. I think everyone does to a certain extent. Sometimes if there's people who are pushing someone to be invited to your wedding, make them foot the bill for it.
That's a good
Just tell them you can't afford it. Maybe you can, but don't, Like, just be like, sorry, like, this is how much I'm spending for my wedding, and inviting all these extra people is going to cost this much more. Can you foot the bill for me?
She should definitely have
there's
that
pressure.
communication with her dad and say, look, we only want this many guests. And same thing. And if you want to foot the bill for the other guests that you would like to invite, then please help.
I think that's a fair compromise, to be honest. Like, if I don't have any kind of particular attachment to this person, why would they be at my wedding? It doesn't really make sense to me personally. And I think that it's a fair compromise to be like, well, if you want to invite them, pay for their dinner or pay for their share.
Another thing is just book a venue that only fits 50.
That's what I did.
Then they got no choice, right? Like, it's like, wait, would you rather have me invite Aunt Margaret over here or my mom? Like one.
Well, that's a bit of extreme. Yeah, being selective on who you invite, and if you have to force it because you picked a venue that was like the ideal size that you want, it's good. It's a good strategy. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so pretend you are giving OP a script on how to say this to their dad. What would you say?
Dad, I'm barely scraping by with the costs of this wedding. And when you're asking me to invite 50 other guests, I was wondering if you could help pay for that. Or something along those lines.
I would say the exact same thing.
Like that?
Well,
I'm barely
Okay. I mean, you could also choose to be more antagonizing and actually cause a fight. Like, you could, like, really just talk it out. But,
you could
like,
start
where's
pulling
that
some
gonna take you?
tears out if you.
Okay.
If you're that
Supposed to be the
desperate.
Okay, but, like, right? Like, it depends, too. Like, do you want to fight or no?
Your dad, like, usually, right?
Yeah, that's true. Like, we would need more information. Like, is your dad somebody that you can actually sit down and level with, or is he? Well, I mean, they mentioned a tantrum.
Well, here's the problem, though, right? Like, what if Dad could afford it? Then he'll be like, oh, no problem. Shit.
Yeah, because again, I guess, also ask yourself, do you want 50 because that's all you can afford, or do you want 50 because, like, you want that intimate feeling for the wedding? Because, like, you invite 50 more people and you're not footing the bill, sure, but, like, now your wedding feels a lot different to what you imagined it to be.
Did it mention the space?
No.
Oh.
They just said that they wanted to keep it under 50.
Yeah, so, like, that depends, too. Because, if they specifically want it 50 for reasons outside of finances, then you can't give that sob story. It's not going to work.
Oh, darn, no sob story.
You're just going to have to book that venue to have no excuses outside of that. Otherwise, you're going to have to, like, duke it out.
Okay, so a script from me. Hey, Dad. I only want 50 people. Okay, thanks, bye. Like, sometimes, like, maybe just being frank about it is the best way to go.
That's right. No is a sentence, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
They're still going to love you no matter what decision you make, and if you don't invite so-and-so extended family. So, and it's your wedding after all. Just always have to remind yourself that.
Yeah. It is cool that your husband's side is so cut and dry. That's nice. That can't relate.
It's a little bit easier.
If you do hear noises in the background, the city's like shoveling my neighborhood at the moment, and
It's the worst time.
hopefully you don't hear that. But anyway,
Something is a earthquake.
Yeah, I feel a shaking. I'm like, oh God.
okay, so that was that Reddit story. This next segment here, I have another story that I want to tell you guys from Reddit again, but it's about family expectations and how that can kind of clash with reality, whether that's budget or venue things or anything like that. And I was curious to hear your guys' advice to this story. So this was in /r wedding advice, and the title of the post is, should I invite my mother to my wedding?
Oh dear. That doesn't sound good already.
Okay, so this poster says, for a quick background, my mother has never really cared much for my fiance. To the point that when I had to skip Thanksgiving and Christmas in 2020 for COVID-related reasons, she tried, and partly succeeded, to convince my family that it wasn't my choice, that my fiance was an abuser, keeping me captive in our home.
Damn.
Your mom OP, if you're out there listening to this, your mom has a very active imagination. Anyway, I'll continue. It says, there are many other instances, but this is the most recent or worst one that I can recall right now. Anyway, I don't know if I should invite her to my wedding because of this. And when my older sister got married to my brother-in-law, whom she also had a great dislike of, the mom disliked the brother-in-law too, she got so drunk, I'm assuming the mom got so drunk that she needed to be dragged out of the wedding.
Oh no.
We later found out she did this because she was, quote unquote, drowning her sorrows for watching her firstborn marry someone she had vehemently insisted my sister not marry or have kids with. I don't want to give her the means to potentially ruin the happiest day of my life, but I also don't want to tell her she can't be there when her only son gets married for the first time. Any thoughts?
Sounds like his mom is a narcissist.
Yeah.
All she cares about is like herself and doesn't care about anything else. I'm not a psychologist, so I can't say for sure. But I mean, okay, like I think for the alcohol part, you can kind of address that though,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Like you can restrict the liquor for her, or just have a cash bar, right? So then people will be forced to pay for alcohol, and hopefully she doesn't have any cash on her and won't drink as much.
That's what I did for my wedding.
Yeah.
It was I had drink tickets
Yeah.
to offset this, but my fiance at the time, we are not drinkers. We don't drink alcohol. And so we didn't want to prioritize that at our wedding. It was fine. I think our guests were fine with it. We also just freely gave tickets out to people that we knew would be responsible. So
Yeah. Well, that's kind of sad. Like, honestly, I feel bad for that OP because, like, your own mother, right? And, like, to have that, like, emotional turmoil for choosing between having unbridled fun, like,
yeah.
completely let go and have fun at your wedding day and enjoy it. And then also have that guilt of, oh, I didn't invite my own mother.
It's kind of like a dark cloud hanging over you. Kind of
But I think, like, what I would say is just, like, pick whichever option gives you the most peace, right? So if that means, unfortunately, not inviting your mom, like, I think if it makes you more at ease on your own wedding day, that you can actually enjoy it and not worry about somebody creating a show on the other side. Yeah.
Or maybe have that conversation where you talk to your mom about that past wedding that she had attended.
I don't know.
I don't know the behavior.
I'm all for
that-
communicating with people, but like what I was given from this story, like, it doesn't sound like this mom would be particularly receptive.
Yeah, like she'd
any,
care.
any sort of conversation.
Yeah. Like if she's going to do that at her daughter's wedding, like,
It's
I think,
unfortunate.
Drowning her sorrows.
Oh dear.
That's really
that's like, wow. Like that's just way offside for behavior wise, right? Like, no,
yeah.
it's just not acceptable.
Weddings, I feel like weddings sometimes have the bad reputation of bringing out some of the most toxic dynamics in a family. It's a very emotionally charged event.
Stressful.
It's stressful for, I guess, everybody. But this toxicity, it's not going to disappear for the wedding day. It's not like a magical day. So I would agree with Jules. Like if whatever brings you the most peace, I think is the way to go. I know that it sucks. It would suck to say that, oh, I couldn't invite my mother to my wedding because she's extremely immature, clearly. But
Yeah. Or like, could you invite her just for like a ceremony
yeah, that's
and then
Not the
yeah.
have someone babysit her for the reception?
That might be an option. Like nowadays, ceremony only. Sure, like she has to behave. Hopefully, in front of. Although, what if she's like?
It just,
What if she
just
Yeah, what if she stands up?
yeah, actually, it just sucks. Because like no matter what,
Live
like
stream.
you're that horrible child that's cutting your mother off,
Live stream. Just live stream your wedding and
or like you have to build your wedding around dealing with your toxic mother.
yeah, it just takes
It's just
fun.
Yeah, it takes away a lot of that. So like, I don't know, man. Like, if I were you, just like, yeah, like have that upfront conversation and be like, sorry, you're not going,
Yeah.
right?
What
Like
if she crashes the wedding?
don't tell her anything. She'll probably find a way. She'll find
Somebody like this, somebody who acts like this, it will find a way to find out.
Or you do those like surprise weddings where you just invite people for a dinner and like, surprise, we're getting married.
Yeah, that could be.
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, like your safety and yours and your future partner's emotional well-being is way more important than how it might appear to other people. Like other people might be like, "Oh, you didn't invite your mom? Oh my gosh!" But like, don't let that guilt overtake you or ruin anything about your day, because again, you need to protect yourself. And this toxic person, I think should have no part in your future, in my opinion.
And if you do invite your mom, I'm just kind of talking to the OP here at this point. If you do invite your mom, do you have a dad that could help out?
Wrangle her?
Like babysit? I don't know. Does it say anything about a father figure or like
not in this
boyfriend, whatever?
Dear.
Sad.
There's got to be somebody.
So there's a commenter on here, and I kind of agree with this comment. The top comment on the post is, ask yourself this. If a friend did to you what your mom did, would you still be friends?
Of course not, right? That's what I was saying. Like, it doesn't matter if it's your mom or your friend or whatever. You wouldn't invite them.
Yeah.
But just because she's your mom doesn't mean, like blood is thicker than water, right?
That's a toxic saying.
It is such a toxic saying. And so
boundaries are a thing. Boundaries are a good thing. And I think this is one that you should probably draw very hard in the sand.
Yeah, like I think too, like you're gonna be looking back on this day and you don't want bad memories of it, I guess. You do your best to avoid them, but if you can somehow, be proactive about it by not inviting certain people, I think you should be doing that.
Or the options. I like the idea of options. Like if you could just live stream your wedding.
Or like have a mini wedding just for her.
Or elope.
Or elope and then live stream.
Just elope.
Elope, live stream, and then don't tell her about the reception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honey. This is more avoidant behavior, though. We're not actually directly addressing the issue, but I feel like that's not your responsibility either, is to fix how your grown mother acts.
Yeah.
So
It's not your job to make your mom feel good about anything.
that will bring me to segment number 3, though, which is plus ones, partners, situationships, that kind of stuff. Kind of defining like who has a right to an invite or not. So this particular Redditor was having that problem too, and I'm curious about your guys' take on it. We've seen a lot of things happen in weddings. We've seen lots of odd situations, so maybe this will help you guys too. Anyway, the Redditor posted in the subreddit wedding planning. They started off the post saying, this is probably a fairly easy to solve question, but my brain is so swimming that external wisdom would be really helpful here. That's totally fair. Like when you're planning a wedding, you're just like so overwhelmed by so many things that every small task that is actually not that hard seems astronomical.
And then you're just done. You don't want to do anything anymore.
That is so relatable for a wedding. Okay, I'll continue. My future father-in-law has had an off and on girlfriend for the last 4-ish years.
Same girl.
Yeah, but on and off. That's fun. They started dating 6 months after my fiance and I did. May is the girl, it's a fake name. May has a daughter named June. Very good name choices. So May has a daughter, June, who's 16. Maybe this is relevant. Both future father-in-law and May are widowed, so this is the only family blending play here. We get along just fine with May, and we really like June. They live close enough that we hang out roughly monthly, but future father-in-law and May are off and on every 3 months or so.
Oh my god.
Poor June.
Yeah, that's unstable.
Yeah, I feel for June right now a lot. Okay, so this OP saying, here's my thinking. If future father-in-law and May are on, May and June should be welcome to the wedding. If future father-in-law and May are off, I have no clue what to do. What should we do with this in the invitation situation and accounting for all of the heads for our wedding?
That's so hard because what if they're on at the time that you send the invitation and then they're off when the actual wedding happens?
Just
right?
budget for them.
Oh,
Yeah, like
dear.
include them in the guest list. You don't have to tell your dad. Just give the invitation.
Yeah.
And then just like have your dad's invitation just be for him. And then if he decides that he's on, with me,
Besides.
then you can just toss them on later, but just assume they're on there until they're not.
Yeah, I think that
It's easier to
generally
plan
speaking,
for.
like when you're inviting people to your wedding, you're inviting people, like regardless of their relationship status. So maybe keep that in mind too. Like, who cares if it's not your problem if they're off or on? Like, they can figure that out themselves. So, like, I would say invite all of them, and when they RSVP, if they're on, great. When do you?
Yeah, do you think there's
RSVP
going to be?
usually?
Usually,
I
it's like 2 weeks.
The only thing is
2
if
weeks to a
within
month
that
before the
2
wedding.
weeks or that 1 month, if all of a sudden they're off and they already RSVP'd yes, then you have the potential of having to pay for those two
Well,
seats.
what's the
right?
difference
So
between people who also no show?
true.
Yeah.
So I would just invite them.
Yeah, I think my general advice would be like you would invite them anyway.
Yeah, like from a financial perspective, just do the worst case scenario, which is the most expensive,
Yeah.
meaning have them all there, and then it's good news when they don't come, right?
I mean,
Makes sense.
yeah. And unless your wedding is, I don't know, $2,000 ahead, then it's a different story. But I mean, there are
2,000
weddings.
cheaper?
Yeah, if you have
Or,
no
you
shows
know,
for $2,000 a head,
I don't
my
know.
gosh,
I don't
invite
know.
me, I'll come.
Yeah, I'll come for free food.
I'm sure there's someone on your B guest list that you could ask to come. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Like, yeah, it
so
depends
definitely
on,
invite them.
yeah, it depends on like the restrictions of their guest list too, right? Or the venue. So,
Speaking more generally, what do you guys think about the +1 policy?
If I talk to them, if I talk to them, text with them, meet up with them, like before the wedding and most likely after the wedding, then I'll invite them.
Okay.
The
So it doesn't
plus
matter
ones.
if they're married or whatever.
No, it doesn't matter. As long as you have some sort of relationship with them, you and your husband, or you and your fiance, or whatever.
I think we
right?
talked about this in our very first episode where
Yes.
I brought up the idea of no ring, no bring.
yeah, like for us, like we never really had too many issues with +1 situation, but I think it's because we just invited people, and if we only knew them as like a single person, but didn't meet their significant other,
Oh yeah, there.
we still wouldn't. No, we still would invite
Oh,
them.
really?
Yeah, we'd say
Oh,
we'll
wow,
say
you're so
whatever their
nice.
name is +1 because who's gonna show up by themselves to a wedding?
Yeah, they don't
Right?
right? Alone.
Yeah, so like give them a date, right? Like, and that's fair enough. And like, especially like if you know they have a partner, but you just haven't met them, right? I don't. So like, and we
She
never.
doesn't seem sold.
You're not convinced that,
Oh, especially if you haven't spoken to that +1.
right? But like, your relationship really is with that one person. Like, you don't have to force it with the +1.
True, but then why does that +1 have to come to your wedding?
Because you don't want your friend to be lonely.
Yeah.
Or like
Well,
to
Let's
be
say if you know
awkward.
nobody else.
To feel awkward.
Yeah, but they know nobody else. Say.
That's okay. If
Really?
they're,
They're not
good
gonna
enough,
come.
if they're a good enough friend and they want to go and witness your wedding, they can make friends at a guest table with when you seat them
I mean,
wherever.
yeah, I mean that is a fair
mean,
argument.
Put it.
But I think most people would prefer to be with their partners for any kind of event, generally speaking. So we just offered the +1 for pretty much most of the guests that we knew had a +1, but we didn't meet them ourselves.
Jules is just too nice.
Apparently-
I'm apparently really mean.
Yeah, so you're ruthless with your guest list.
Well, I mean, that's the advice we've been giving.
I mean, yeah, and like again, my advice, I did not follow that advice when we got married, which is why our guest list got really big.
Ballooned.
Yeah, and therefore, yeah, this goes back to the budget talk. We won't go back there.
It's still important.
It's a repressed memory.
I'm on the fence. I'm always in between. These two are always opposite of each other, and I, as the youngest child, am just like a mixture of them. So like I feel I understand both sides of the argument because I was pretty ruthless with my guest list when I made it. Like I was like, nope, not inviting that person. Nope, I have no relationship with that person. That's fine. But as somebody who suffers from like social anxiety of some sort, if I was invited to my good friend's wedding and I knew nobody else and I had to go alone, I actually wouldn't go. Like, even though I want to go to support my friend, I would be terrified to be by myself. So that would be really sucky. If you are deciding to give +1s to people, again, we have to go back to the budget. You need to make sure that you're okay with this. I guess if you want to be kind and allow them to have a +1, just keep in mind you're paying for that +1. So be careful.
Yeah, I think the +1 thing, it could also be person dependent, right? Like I've gone solo to certain events too without Mike, for example. Whatever. I mean, it's obviously not the preferred
brave.
method. It's not the preferred method, of course, But sometimes you either you just have to, because say your partner's working or whatever, has another event. So it's not unusual, but I think for most people, they would rather have their partner with them. So you could play it by ear, but then at the same time, wouldn't you rather be fair? Like, would you go case by case? Like, oh, this person seems like
Yeah,
somebody
because then there might be some
comfortable on their-
comparisons. Like they might be like, oh, they gave you a +1. They did
Yeah,
that.
so I feel like you almost have to do like a blanket assumption. It's like it's either +1s or none at all.
Yeah. Or you could be
Or like the
ruthless.
ones you know, right?
All or nothing.
Yeah. Or like, so I guess it's
Can't go in between.
It's
Like,
case by case for you, whoever's listening to this. All of the 10 people that might view this.
yeah.
But maybe like as a rule of thumb-ish, if the person that you're considering to invite to your wedding is married or engaged, I feel like it should be an automatic invite. Like even if you haven't met them. You don't think so?
No, I'm just
No?
you're so against this.
So like
Your coworkers has a husband.
You would just invite your
at my
coworker.
wedding, I only invited my coworker. Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like it would be like an automatic.
And in fact, they were happy with it because their partner drove them to and from the wedding.
they could
and
drink.
They were GD.
Wow.
And it was, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
You don't know what that other person truly thinks.
Actually,
and
that's
honestly,
That's a fair point. Fair point.
it's, I mean, it's not very nice to say, but it is your wedding. So if that's how you feel, then you shouldn't invite any of the +1s. But
Well, actually, no, you bring up a good point, because now you think about it. Like, say that secondary for that partner, whoever it is, they don't know anyone else, right?
I don't think
They've
they
got
would want
no
to go
mutual
there.
friends. So, like, some of them might not even want to go either.
Yeah.
But
That's fair.
that's the invitation. You can choose to say no. You can show up by yourself too. You don't have to bring your +1.
True, but I'm.
But you don't want to give them the choice.
You don't want to give them the choice.
choice.
What if they come back to you and you're like, hey,
I have had some.
that's my
Last
next
time,
segment
We
actually.
did talk about
Yeah.
this in the first episode or second episode,
I'm like,
and I just politely declined.
wow,
That's-
you're
yeah.
brave. You guys
I'm
are
pretty.
going to events by yourself.
And that person still went to the wedding. So it's
Oh, I was gonna say rule of thumb, like if they're married or engaged, like it's an automatic. You should have a +1. If
Not
they're
if I haven't
long-term
met them.
partners, I feel like yeah. If they're casual, no. And then if they're just like brand new dates, no.
No,
definitely
no.
not.
But I thought that we would be on the same page. I'm very surprised. Very surprised.
Firm on that for some reason.
Talking about people asking, that actually brings me, it's a nice segue into my next section, which is about people who rewrite your guest list for you. This poster here had this problem, and this was posted in Am I the Asshole Now? So who? This person is asking, am I the asshole about wedding guest RSVPs? Hey y'all! Names here have obviously been changed for privacy reasons. Okay. I am getting married in 2 months, and the RSVPs are starting to roll in. We sent a wedding invitation specifically to my fiance's cousin and his wife, addressed to Scott and Mandy. We got their invitation back, and it says Scott, Mandy, Mitchell, and Christine will attend.
Who's
who's
Mitchell and
Mitch?
Christine? Who is that?
They
their
flat
kids?
out wrote their kids in,
Oh,
even
no.
though they were not invited, and we are having an adult-only wedding.
That's not an asshole. This is already. They already know that they're not an asshole. I'm guessing.
Okay, so I'll continue. I texted both my fiance's cousin and his wife to kindly let them know how excited we are that we got their RSVP, and to let them know that we are having an adult-only wedding. His wife read the message but didn't respond. He hasn't responded either. At this point, I am annoyed on 2 levels because A, it's just rude all around. Granted, it's only been a day since I've texted, but I'm also a little worried that they're gonna bring them anyway. Am I the asshole for being annoyed? What would you do in this situation? You're not the asshole.
You're absolutely not the asshole. That is a very
I'd be
normal
annoyed too.
response.
That's
What do you do?
Oh God.
you do.
Give them a deadline.
Deadline for what?
Give them a deadline. So you got the RSVP. Say you need the final head count 3 days before the event, right? You've got till whatever this day to tell me if you guys will be coming. Just the 2 of you. We'll have 2 chairs for you. or none at all.
The audacity of writing two
Yes,
names.
like it's just simple. Like that's just standard etiquette, right? Like nobody should be. I don't know. Isn't it just standard etiquette to not bring other people who are not invited to
That's
the
what I
event?
would think. That seems like a reasonable person
And the
thing to do.
invitation specifically said
Just-
their names.
And the fact that they read it, they know they're guilty. They're guilty. They're just not answering because they don't know what to say.
Like invitation suites are like very beautiful, you know. Like you like take so much time to design them. You put the names and you write it in scripts on this little line. I'm just like imagining like chicken scratch and Christine.
Mitchell and Christine.
Dear, why do people do this? Why are they doing it?
Like, well, I mean, you could play like devil's advocate and say maybe they don't know that etiquette, right?
Who doesn't know this?
I don't know. Some people might not, right? Like, so then maybe you can kindly remind them that the only people invited were you and your spouse, and kids, unfortunately, were not part of it. So you're going to have to find a babysitter. Or not
Say,
come.
unfortunately, there were only 2 seats
Yeah,
that
This
we
is
had
assumption.
reserved.
like that's an
For you.
assumption that they. Well,
So,
it's not
I
an
would play that
assumption.
route first.
It's like they're entitled.
No, like I would take that route first, right? Just to see if it was an honest.
They literally
Innocent.
wrote in 2 new names. That's
I
not
know.
honest.
No, but as in they didn't know that that's what that meant, you know? So maybe you can clarify. And if they're still pushing the kids, then you know then that that's like. But the fact that she read it
Yeah.
and didn't reply.
Like it has
Guilty.
a red receipt on the
Shame.
message.
Yeah, that's what it
That's
says.
all. Yeah, they're guilty. They know what they knew what they were doing.
Shame.
And they don't know what to say back. I guess.
Because the audacity.
Sorry. Yeah, audacity. I can't believe that.
That's
Okay,
hilarious.
so I asked you for a script last time about the dad. What would you say? You were texting that message. They did it pretty good, I would say. Like they said that, hey, we got your RSVP, so excited you can come, but we're having an adult only ceremony. I think that's a pretty good way to put it, like kind of subtly. If you had to be a little bit more aggressive, what would you
Yeah, I
say?
would just say, unfortunately, we've only saved 2 or reserved 2 seats for you at our wedding with the limited amount of space we have, or whatever the situation
Yeah,
is.
use something as a
that you
scapegoat.
want to be with your very close family and friends only.
I think, yeah, like you can add to that by just saying, yeah, give the deadline. Say, if you're not going to respond by this date, I will assume that means you will not be attending.
Oh.
And it's just because if they're choosing to do the silent route, like,
Yeah. They ignore you?
that's what respondez s'il vous plaît means, respond. Right? So if you don't respond, then you're not getting an answer. Yeah, like you're not getting a seat.
Okay. When do you escalate further? I mean, the deadline's pretty good.
The deadline's done. Like if you don't answer, you're done.
Okay, cut. Let me play devil's advocate. Day of contingency plan. They show up anyway.
The kids?
Yeah.
With the
Well,
kids?
then they don't have a seat. They literally don't.
We've had weddings where
Where
people
they
show
have
up.
to sit. Are the kids going to sit like on their laps?
I don't know how old these children are,
Oh dear.
but like it doesn't say so.
Usually what
But what would you do?
who doesn't look bad on? Not you, like not the couple. It looks bad usually on the guests that's showing up that who have not RSVP'd, right? Because now they'll be standing looking like deers in headlights, right? With like people scrambling to find them chairs, plates, dishes, cutlery, like all of that stuff. And usually you only have enough for the number of guests you currently have. So
Yeah.
they're going to be either sitting in non-Chiavari chairs on a spare square table with no linens on the corner with their kids.
Yep.
And you know what?
That's
Kind of fair.
yeah.
Like
No,
if they choose to show up with not RSVPing or to like, not respect your wishes as a couple, then they're just going to be sitting in that sorry, sad table in the next room. If that's
Honestly,
what
I
happened.
won't even pull that table out.
Yeah, like sure.
They have to figure
Sit
that out
outside.
themselves. If they have a 12-year-old and an 11-year-old, then unfortunately you'll
Two.
no maybe then they will have to sit on your lap and eat the same meal as you. I don't think
I don't even know you don't deserve a
I don't
meal.
think a full set of cutlery, plates, extra chairs, or tables should even be given out at all.
That or you have a bouncer at the front. Be like, is your name on the invitation list? No. Sorry. Because in fairness, right? Like say you have like a space where you have a caterer bringing in only a specific number of foods for the number of guests you have. like, sure, they've got extras, but do they have enough extras, right? For extra.
And what if these children are like ravenous?
Yeah, what if they're like boys and they're teen boys and they need a lot of food, or they're like got allergies or whatever, right? Like,
Oh yeah, don't even like if they have special dietary
That's even
requirements
worse.
and then they
It's harder.
demand that and they weren't even invited.
Yeah.
Oh,
so like,
I would just not even acknowledge them.
yeah, I wouldn't even acknowledge. Like, I'd feed them still for showing up, I guess, but like, I would
wouldn't
not.
even.
You wouldn't?
Would you talk
Oh,
to
you
them?
just cut them out?
I would just have somebody else talk to them. I don't want to deal with that on my wedding day.
That's true.
I will get the banquet manager to
Get
go
your
and
wedding
talk to them,
planner.
or wedding planner to
we've
go and
had
talk
to
to
do
them.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally myself, it was my wedding. I'm not going up to acknowledge anybody.
I mean,
Yeah, it would be your wedding party.
I mean, you should, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, send
get your
your
maid of
minions that day. Yeah,
yeah,
Get
minions.
please bounce them out.
little wine over there.
Yes. Yeah,
That's crazy though. That's wild.
that does happen. Oh dear.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen to you. But I guess any
Anything goes.
yeah, any tips though? Like they try, I think they did the right
They
thing,
did the right thing.
where they wrote the actual names of people. Just as a PSA, if you're listening to this and you got invited to a wedding and it's just your name on the invite and nothing else, it's just you. Okay,
It's nobody else.
it's just for you.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, the 10 people that listen to this.
You know what's nice too? Like, at least for our invites, I think it was all digital, right? So
Oh,
that
yes, the
you didn't
RSVP.
have the option to
No.
write extra names down.
That's a good idea.
So
You
you
don't
get-
have that extra slip of paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't do your first off.
because they
A
can
website.
Yeah, website RSVP, because then it's like password protected, so that like non-invitees would get there.
What if people give their password to other people?
Well, I guess they still have to look up their name.
That's true.
right? Because you type in your name if your name's in the database or not, right? So do that, and then it's like super fixed, and there's no way they can add somebody
But
else.
so, like, for your wedding, for example, we did all that with the password and the digital drop down. It was very clear who was invited and who was not. There were still instances where people were like, "Oh, can I bring this person? Can I bring that person?" I'm pretty sure there was still that.
Yeah, we did, but that was
That was different.
Like I said, this is a repressed memory. I don't know what you're bringing up.
Never mind.
There was a lot of things.
Sorry.
There was a lot.
Jules was just too nice, and I'm just like very
Really?
mean.
We've
and
established
I just
Yeah, we were just
people that
like
asked. I said,
Whatever.
Sorry, no.
for us, we were on the other side. We were like, we gave up.
Yeah. So I guess our tip for you is like, if you really want to send out those traditional RSVP cards that are stamped and everything, write the names. Like, don't write the number attending, because sometimes like you leave a
do both.
blank. You leave a blank for the number, and then people like the traditional one, right? Like there's just like there will be blank attending in the person.
Oh, just put the number in. Yeah.
Yeah. I would write the names just to be extra clear. And then even better still, with the technology that we have, use websites like The Knot, With Joy, and RSVP. All of those are really great options for you to really, really hammer the point home that it's just these people that are invited. That's that. Crazy. People are... Gosh. People are nuts. Guests and their entitlement sometimes. So this is my next segment actually. It's when guests start to feel a little bit like, I don't want to say entitled, but technically like you're not entitled to a wedding. Like if you're somebody invited to a wedding or not invited to a wedding, you're not entitled to go. It's not anyone's responsibility to invite you. So like if you are maybe watching this because like you're trying to vindicate yourself or something because you feel bad that you weren't invited or whatever, like it's not about you. But anyway, this OP was also in Am I the Asshole? And this is more about how they feel, the guest perspective instead of the celebrants, the newlyweds. Okay, am I the asshole for not wanting to go to my friend's wedding because I'm not invited to the reception? I, 28 male, have this friend, let's call him Jake, 30 male, who I've known since high school. We used to be super close, but over the years we've drifted apart a bit, as that happens sometimes. He recently got engaged, and I found out he's having a wedding. Here's where things get a bit complicated. I got invited to the ceremony, but not the reception. That's weird. I already feel like that's a little bit... I have seen this before. I have some thoughts about it, but I'll finish the story. So Jake said it's because of limited space, but I can't help but feel like he just doesn't really want me there. I mean, we used to be best buds, and now I'm only getting half an invite to a wedding. I told him I'm not going to the ceremony if I'm not invited to the reception. I feel like it's pointless to just sit through the vows and then be left out of the celebration. He said I'm being really immature and that he still values but this really hurts my feelings. I'm thinking I'm justified in being upset. Am I the asshole for refusing to go? Should I just suck it up and go to the ceremony, or is it reasonable to stand my ground?
Stand your ground.
Yeah, I was expecting this to go a different way. Yeah,
What were you expecting?
that he was expecting to be invited to the wedding in general. But I think it's poor etiquette to invite someone to this wedding ceremony, but not to the celebrations afterwards. Because it's really the whole day event, right? And like, it's exactly what this OP said as the guest, right? Like, why would you invite somebody to witness something, but not invite them to the reception party?
I've seen this. I've seen this at someone's wedding, and I am with you. I don't agree with it because it's bad taste. It puts a bad taste in your mouth. It's like, oh, I'm good enough to like go watch, but not good enough to feed.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like, you can watch, but I won't feed you.
But anyway, what I was gonna say though is one could argue that technically the ceremony is the important part.
True.
But it's a 2-part kind of a day, right?
But like
So
the
it's
wedding, the ceremony.
I don't know. I feel like this.
Jake
Jake.
is a friend getting married,
I would have told my friend, then you shouldn't have just invited me at all.
but he
You
still
know?
values your friendship.
But does he though? If
Not
he was
enough
only
to feed you.
invited, no, like only for half of the celebration of the day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like
I would-
if you truly valued someone to be there present to your wedding and to celebrate with you,
Invited to both.
you would be planning for a reception for all the people you've invited for the ceremony.
Yeah.
Like what? You're gonna invite 500 people to your ceremony and only 100 to your reception? Like, is that what it is?
I've seen this.
And it's just kind of. Are you the king and queen where like the public can watch you get married because they're such a big deal?
That's literally.
And then you have your fancy dinner with only the higher ups and the officials and the, the political figures and rich people that want to sit with you.
That's literally-
because those are the only people that are good enough to sit with you. So that's the kind of person that Jake is right now.
You're not king and queen.
But yeah, you're not the king and queen.
I agree. I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
Because I was shocked when I heard this. When I heard that this was happening with Jake, I was like, I'm like, you what? I'm like, what happened?
Oh.
They're like, oh yeah, like, of course they want to watch me get married. Like, that's like the important part.
Yes, the act of and witnessing the actual marriage is one part of it, but of course, like the celebration is also a huge part of it, right? Like in my head, I've like luckily for me in my life at time at least, I've never been invited to just a ceremony, but they just kind of go hand in hand. A wedding is a big event,
Yeah.
possibly for a full day, multiple days, whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? And you just kind of expect that. And it's kind of weird to just be like, oh, you can just show up for the kiss.
Yeah, that's really weird. I hate this. Like,
I wouldn't show up at all.
Is there any time that you think that a ceremony only invite is acceptable? Like you mentioned, when it's reception's just family. Like, is that fine?
That's the only maybe time.
You think that's
that it
acceptable?
would be acceptable?
Opposites.
Like, well, I don't know. Yeah.
Like, if it was like COVID times and we were only allowed to have a ceremony but no reception, I guess
force majeure.
that is the only really time that would be okay.
Personally, I would just invite. Like, don't invite.
Yeah,
Just
if you're
invite.
if
the
you're
ceremony.
not gonna invite them for your other celebration,
Yeah.
just don't invite them.
Just invite the people that are also at the reception.
Because I've heard the perspective of the people who were only invited at the ceremony. They've told me since, and they've told me how horrible that made them feel. Like, why would you do that to
What
anybody?
kind of a friend is that?
Yeah,
then?
why would you do that to anybody close to you? That just sounds horrible to me. And like, this has been mentioned to me recently. Like, even though it's been 5 years. Obviously, it's still something that they think about because what a rude thing to do. I think it's almost rude.
Yeah, like I picture like looking at your window out there, like it's like a kid outside in the cold with no coat, no shoes, watching the family inside eating their meal in the warmth of their fireplace and having fun and dancing.
Wow.
That's exactly how that person feels. They are that child outside freezing in the
I
cold.
wouldn't consider them a friend, and I would decline.
That's pretty rude.
You've ended that friendship, Jake. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty
sad. Unfortunate.
I think that this OP is perfectly
They're not
an
the
asshole
They're
at
not
all.
the asshole for sure.
And sometimes guests can be overreaching, rewriting your invites, but in this case, like this guest has every right to be pissed at you. In my opinion.
It's just plain.
Again, going back to the king and queen where they parade down the street. Wow, did you see Jake go down the aisle with his wife? Yeah, that's all I saw.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful day. She was so beautiful. I'm so honored to have witnessed their walking down the aisle.
Now I'm going home.
And not going
No, I'm just going to be happy about it the whole way.
add more fuel to the fire here. So Jake, the Jake that I know, they invited people only to their ceremony, not to the reception, but they did say, oh, you can come after dinner.
Oh, dear.
Is that any better or is that worse?
No, you're still not important enough to be fed at the table. Like,
Yeah,
you are
it's
not
not
important enough
wild.
to have a seat at the table. And that is the worst thing you could say to someone. Like, you do not deserve a place at my table. That's literally what you're saying to them.
I think it's pretty crazy. I could not believe it.
Why
when
would
I
you
heard
even
about
invite
this.
someone who doesn't deserve a place at your table?
Yeah.
Adore me. Adore me. Put me on a pedestal.
Okay, so this next segment here is after the king and queen. King and queens have attendance.
Yes, of course.
Your wedding party, your attendance. Okay, so your wedding party, there can be a lot of drama in wedding parties too, and maybe we'll do another podcast, Reddit React, because there were so many about wedding parties. For that, kicking somebody out of your wedding party, that kind of stuff. But anyway, bridal party, wedding party privileges and expectations with a guest list. Are you giving your wedding party plus ones?
Yeah, if they have a plus one.
It goes back to
Seriously,
that.
why are they at your wedding party and you've never met their partner?
Exactly, you're right. If I haven't met their partner, that means
Well, why are they?
Why are they in your
like,
wedding
why
party?
would they be invited? No, like the wedding party's partner. Why would I invite them if I have never met
Because
them?
that's your best
That's
bud.
your like inner circle. You
It
should know who they
is,
are.
But what if you've never met them? Then of course I'm not going to invite them.
Interest.
I mean, you never actually did that though.
I don't
No.
remember.
There was no SOs.
Yeah, you're doing.
There was-
This is a theoretical thing for you. Answer.
No, but I
In
did,
real life,
I
though.
didn't invite a whole bunch of people that had SOs, and I didn't invite them because I've never.
Okay, but they're in your wedding party.
If your sister hasn't met your partner,
But-
something's happening.
Yeah, like for example, if I haven't met Jeremy at that time,
You
and
really wouldn't
you
invite
were-
him.
Yeah, what if I didn't meet him? Then I'm not going to invite them to the wedding
That's so
because
interesting.
that's so weird.
So why is like? But to me, it's like this is your inner circle.
Yeah, I know.
You should know every detail about this person because they are in your wedding party. They're your closest to close.
right? And if they are so close, then how come I've never met their SO before?
So now we have other questions. Should they even be in your wedding?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Should they even be in
Well,
your wedding
they
party?
should. Like they should be a part of your wedding party, but like if I've never met their SO and they think that we're supposedly close, how come I never met their SO?
Then they shouldn't be in your wedding party.
Okay, so this is posted in Bridezilla's 5 days ago, so it's pretty recent actually. So this person, if you somehow miraculously find this podcast, maybe we could give you some advice. But the title of the post is Bridesmaid Not Being Given a +1. So I've been friends with the bride for 20 years. We grew up together and she's more family than friend. Given we have drifted a little bit as you do when life gets in the way, but we're always in contact. I moved abroad in November with my boyfriend, a 30-hour travel day away. So I told her that as much as I wanted to be there, I'd have to miss her bridal shower. The travel is just too much back and forth to make work. not even considering how much money it is. And I have to travel for another wedding I'm a bridesmaid in soon also. She knows this as well. Her bridal shower is at the end of March. Her bachelorette is in May. Her wedding is in June. Lots of events, as there is. And yeah, when you have long distance wedding party, that is difficult. I'm taking a month and a half off of work to come back and make sure I'll be at the bachelorette and to help with any last minute wedding things. Well, that's so kind.
A month and a half?
A month and a half off.
Wow,
That's a lot
that's
to take
very
off.
kind.
You are a very kind person, OP, so far. It's felt a little tense between us since I told her that, and I'm trying to do everything not to step on her toes at this point. That brings us to today. She asked why I hadn't RSVP'd yet, due in March. I told her I would get it done when I'm back from the wedding I'm part of, on the 23rd of February, but obviously I'll be at your wedding. I also then double-checked to make sure I had a +1. We had discussed this previously, so I assumed I did, especially considering I've been with my boyfriend for a while and we're living together. But she said that we could discuss whether he could come to the dance portion of her wedding, not ceremony or dinner, once I'm home for her bachelorette. This means I would find out 1 month before he has to travel across the world whether he should plan to book flights and take time off of work to come for one evening. He'd also be seeing family and friends, of course, but he had never planned to come home at all until we talked about me going to the wedding. You guys can tell me if I'm in the wrong here. The whole thing has really left me quite confused and upset. My boyfriend has also known the groom since they were young, so it's not even like he'd be some random guy coming. All the other bridesmaids in relationships have +1s that I know of.
Oh my God.
I'm also doing the florals for her wedding. You are a saint. My goodness. I'm also doing the florals for her wedding for free since I'm a florist. I'd understand if it was some guy I had just met for a last minute ask, but this is someone I love and I want to be there and it's in 5 months. Am I in the wrong for being upset about this?
I'd be upset, especially if your friend has already had that past conversation with you that, yeah, your partner, like...
No, she assumed.
She assumed?
Yeah.
But how did she assume that? There
She
must have been
assumed-
some sort of conversation.
She assumed that he was coming and then she said that they'd talk about it later. Like the bride.
What do you mean they talk about it later? That's so non-committal.
That's what it looks like anyway. Sorry, this post was in one big paragraph, so I'm like trying to find the information. But yeah, she assumed that it was good because I mean she's been with her partner for a long time. The partner knows the groom. The partner has met this bride, I'm assuming.
So hold on.
I think
Has she spoken to the bride like in a clean? Is there clarity on like is she actually invited with her?
So what she said here, we had discussed this previously, like the +1. So I assumed I had a +1, especially considering I've been with my boyfriend for a while and we're living together. But she said we could discuss whether he could come or not to the dance only once she's home for the bachelorette.
That's so strange. There must be something that's not written.
Is there
on
history?
here. There must be something between someone.
Yeah, that's like especially because of the other bridesmaids have a +1.
That's so strange.
Something to do with this guy? Are they?
Maybe this guy is an alcoholic. Maybe he's going to cause trouble.
No, it's the history question for me too.
It doesn't say anything. There's no updates.
They know each other. The guy knows the other guy. Like the groom knows him.
You guys are just like creating conspiracy.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's so strange that like other people in the wedding party that had +1s invited.
And it's even harder because she has to travel, right?
Yeah,
like
30 hours.
Like they have to plan more for that than the other people.
And she's doing your flowers.
Like why wouldn't she let her bring her whole family?
Yeah, she's doing your
Bring your
flowers. You know how
family.
much flowers are?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Especially if that guy knows your husband, your soon-to-be
Yeah,
husband,
so there's
right?
got to be something else, something fishy here.
Yeah, we
don't know.
We
I'm
have
sorry.
our info.
Yeah.
This is only
Does it say anything on the
ago.
comments?
Not much. Most people are just saying the bride's being an ass.
Yeah, strange.
This was posted in Bridezilla's.
Yeah,
Yeah, most people are just saying, be like, stop doing her florals. She's
don't do
using
it.
you.
Yeah.
Just say, I'm
But
sorry, I cannot make it to your
Yeah,
wedding
just
all of a sudden.
Like if I were her and my partner wasn't invited, and you have to fly that, like you have to do so much, and then you don't even get your partner there.
You're a bridesmaid.
I'm noping out of that wedding party.
Well, okay, so like, I understand what Justine was saying when you're a bridesmaid, but you've never met a person. Maybe like you just started dating someone new.
Yeah.
Or something.
But
I
no,
understand
yeah,
the no
like
invite
that.
for that, but this is a friend that you've been friends with for 20 years.
And the groom knows.
The groom knows
person,
this
other
guy.
person.
They've been friends since childhood, is what
Yeah,
it
so
says in
that's
here.
a little strange.
Something is weird.
Yeah, and generally speaking, your wedding party does a lot for you.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of expenses involved, as she had mentioned, right? Like, there's the
She's taking
bridal
a month and a
shower.
half
Usually,
off.
they carry the cost of that, the dresses, the hair, the makeup, the bachelorette on top of that, and all the other work that they'll probably be doing leading up to the wedding. So, you're telling me that you can't even give them the courtesy to bring their date with them? Something's up.
Yeah, the only
More
time I would
info.
be on the side of the bride if I've never met the guy, nor has the groom,
Unless she
or
hates
if
the
they
guy.
just started dating.
Yeah.
And like
User,
it's
if you
just-
find this, National Range 9600. Give us more info.
Yeah. Is there a history? Like,
Do they know each other? Like,
do they go to college together? Were they?
something, there has to be.
Is it a small? Oh, it's a small town.
this
That
seems like
could
a
make-
small town thing.
Even more suspicious because then everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, 30-hour travel day away, and you can't give this person a +1.
I would nope out of that.
Lots of things for you.
Lots and lots of things. Yeah.
As the bridesmaid, I would just say sorry.
Back to being a bridesmaid. Okay, I would, if I were you, I agree with the commenters here. I think she's using you for your florist skills and funds.
Potentially only asked you to be a part of the wedding party
For your
because
florist.
of that.
Yeah, but
Oh,
20
I don't
years.
know.
Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. Anyway, so technically speaking, I looked it up. Etiquette typically says that if you're in the wedding party, you should get a +1. That is the etiquette.
Okay, that's etiquette.
but-
But if you've never met them, still.
No, it doesn't matter.
Etiquettes are just it's guidelines, right? So like everything's case by case anyway. And in this case, you, Miss OP, I'm assuming Miss, yeah, bridesmaid. Well, I guess it would be bridesman. But anyway, OP, I think you should step down from being part of the wedding party. I think you deserve a better friend than this.
Yeah.
This person is using you for your incredible floral skills. And I don't think it's fair for either you or your partner to travel 30 hours and be treated this way.
Mm-hmm.
This is wild. You said the wedding's in June. There's many months still.
Yeah.
Stop.
She still has time to find a florist.
Yeah, yeah. You can get some
If that's the
last minute
concern.
grocery flowers. No, I'm not trying to say grocery flowers are bad.
Well, you can get them last minute.
Yeah. So get out. National Range 9600. You deserve better than this. Okay, my last story for you guys. Difficult relatives. Drama. Don't we love drama? So my last story is about difficult relatives, which is probably the most relatable wedding guest list. Whoa, probably. Right? You know, like drama from weddings. I live for it. But I don't wish it upon you. So let's read the story. It's an Am I the Asshole story. Would I be the asshole for not inviting my cousin to my wedding?
Let's play the game called Do You Think They're the Asshole without even knowing more.
Okay, what's your bet?
I'm gonna go with no.
That's all we get.
Yeah, that's all you get.
Would I be the asshole for not inviting my cousin?
If you're already questioning it, don't invite them.
Dang.
Don't invite them.
So you're already- you're saying
already
not-
questioning
so they're also
about
not the
it. Like,
asshole.
So
that's-
you're saying not the asshole.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Like a self-aware person would be asking themselves these questions. Someone who'd not, they're the asshole.
Yeah,
Okay,
if you're questioning,
okay,
you
anyway.
invite the cousin. So go ahead.
Read you the story.
Give us the detail.
Okay. So my cousin, 32 female, and I, 31 female, have always been super close. She always wanted to do what I was doing, and I was fine with it for the most part. A couple of years ago, we stopped talking due to me not liking her controlling boyfriend, and she basically told me she wanted nothing to do with me, so I left. We eventually talked it out and started talking again, and things were fine. Then she started ignoring when I would ask her to hang out, or only talk to me when she wanted something, and I was whatever about it since people get busy. Anywho, my fiance proposed to me during Thanksgiving last year, and everyone was happy for me except her. Okay. Red flags. She just gave her boyfriend a look, and they left pretty fast without saying anything. No congratulations or anything. I didn't check up on it because I was too excited and busy showing off my ring and whatnot. A week later, she posts on Facebook that her boyfriend proposed to her and how excited she was. I didn't know because I don't have Facebook. My mom told me about this, and I talked to my fiance about it, and they thought it was a little weird, but we both let it go. Like, it was weird that she got engaged too.
Like right after them.
Like, you guys are pretty close in age. Like, I feel like that's...
And monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, and she's always been copying you, which, I mean, isn't that like the highest form of flattery?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say, anyway. So anyway, they both let it go. Now she's trying to rush the wedding and is planning it on my birthday when she knows I'm going out of town. I feel like she's doing it to one-up me, and most of my family feels the same. Even her mom told her to slow down, but she won't. I told my mom and my fiance that I don't want to go to her wedding and that she isn't invited to mine, and they both agree that it's fine. Her mom found out. Thanks, Mom.
Oh,
Yeah, great. And called me an asshole and told me I'm being petty and that I'm just jealous. Would I be the asshole if I stuck to my word and did not invite my cousin to my wedding?
What is going on there? Did someone get knocked up? Like, what's...
There's a lot of weird things happening in here.
there's definitely a lot of history.
Again.
No, we don't know.
My theory is if anyone rushes the wedding, because most engagements are like, what, a year, give or take?
Yeah.
If you're rushing it to be less than like, a year, like way less than a year.
Well, are you
specifically less than 5
They're creating
months?
conspiracies.
Pregnant. You always suspect pregnant.
Like, what else could it be? Other, like, I don't know, right?
Right, because you have to fit in your dress before your bump shows.
Yeah.
So
But what was the look in Thanksgiving?
exactly. They're like, oh shit, gotta get married because we're pregnant. We were gonna announce a pregnancy, but instead we'll just get married.
What? Also, like, just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you have to get married. Like, what? This is
I don't know. Maybe they have. I know, but maybe they have some sort of traditional family stuff going on.
So you think that the cousin is not being jealous, like that she's just pregnant?
They could just be one-upping each other.
Like, it seems like there's a lot of weird
I don't
jealousy.
Well, we've kind of seen that. There's remember that The moms are sisters. Sisters or sister-in-laws. I don't remember. But they had the girls almost at the same time.
Right.
But the moms had them at the same time. They seemed to be like one-upping each other in terms of like what the girls were doing. So like all were doing the dancing, the modeling.
Seemed like it.
And then their debuts were all these like big things, and they all were like back to back too because they're the same age.
But that's just like,
Or is it because it's the same age? Right. But like, were they raised the same in the sense that like there was some sort of competitive nature between them, right? So maybe that one cousin, maybe how the mom raised her was to be competitive, whereas this other, like OP, didn't give it, like didn't care.
Her aunt said to her cousin to slow down. So I don't know if that's the problem here.
I don't know. It's just upbringing. I'm guessing half of it. If they all were copying each other and are close in age, like there's probably some. I don't know. I mean, this is like psychology shit, but I don't know. So is she the asshole for
Not inviting.
inviting them?
Well, it's weird that your cousin's planning their wedding on your birthday. That
is so weird. Not invite them. Because it's just so silly.
It's
so silly.
As an outsider, it sounds kind of weird.
that it's happening.
Can you just talk it
I'm
out?
sorry, but I would, yeah.
Like, just talk it out.
I get, like, reading these stories, it's only ever in one perspective. Right?
Yes.
Like, what if there wasn't any weird look? Like, what if there, like, that's how you perceived it, but maybe it was, maybe they were just looking at each other. Like, maybe.
Right. Like, or like, yeah, there's so much speculating.
Yeah, we're
just-
speculating pregnancy right now.
Right.
We are
exactly,
a lot of
because we don't know a lot of
speculation.
Yeah, I guess.
So I think, can you just talk it out? Like, just talk it out with this cousin and see why, like,
See what's going on.
like, okay,
really.
like, yeah, it sucks that they're planning their wedding when you're gone, but can you ask, like, is there a reason why you're moving it there? Like, is it because you hate me? Like, let's just clear the air, If you hate me, cool. Then we'll just not talk ever again.
Some people like to write these things though before those conversations happen, right?
To get information.
on the internet
so I
validation.
guess-
Yeah, so I'll tell OP, go talk to your cousin. If it's going to be a nasty talk, at least it's been settled,
Yeah. Like,
And
do you
then
think
you know it's not
maybe the
always
cousin's not jealous at all?
Maybe the cousin's pregnant. You never know.
You never know.
Maybe there's a health thing. You just, like, you
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
You don't know.
People
Yeah,
rush,
so you
like,
just have to talk.
yeah, like, you don't rush weddings unless there's a reason,
Yeah.
right? So there may be something going on that you just don't know.
It's also a little bit strange that it's happening on her birthday.
Yeah, like, why is she
That's
purposely
like
doing that?
that specific day.
Did you forget?
I don't know.
I wouldn't.
How would you forget your cousin's
I don't think
birthday?
so.
I know all
Some
of my
people
cousins'
don't know.
birthdays.
I know for
I
the
don't
most
think
part.
some of our cousins know our birthdays.
Yes, they do.
Well, maybe yours.
Like they can get like,
No,
but they know the
your
general
guys'
gist. You know, like it doesn't even have to be the exact date, but like you know which month. I
They
would
know our
imagine.
birthdays. I'm gonna text all of them.
Does everyone know our birthdays?
They don't even listen to this
I
podcast.
just
They're all married now.
on their Google Calendar or whatever. They
know
have
our
to look it up.
I believe in them. Okay, this is my
I
bet.
don't
They might know to a general. Like
This cousin did not forget her birthday.
So
If
anyway.
they were close as kids.
yeah, there's no way. So I think something's going on that maybe the OP's not aware of.
Yeah, so there's like something here too. She wrote, "We eventually talked it out and started talking again, and things were fine. Then she started ignoring me. What happened? Why
In
did she?
between that time.
Yeah, like why did she suddenly stop talking to you again? Like,
Yeah.
was there something that happened there?
It's called the imperfect.
Unreliable narrative.
Oh, there we go. Unreliable. narrator.
We
don't
need
know.
answers. Yeah. Okay. Let's pretend. We'll take Opie's side here, and the cousin is jealous. Is she an asshole then to not invite her to the wedding?
She's not an asshole.
Is your
'cause
original
I would just not
NTA
invite
not the asshole?
the cousin.
If the cousin is jealous, if my cousin was jealous, so that's the reason you're not inviting them because they're jealous.
Or you feel that you perceive that they're jealous of you?
It's not my problem. I still invite them.
Yeah, just invite them anyway.
They can choose to not show up. I don't care at that
Yeah.
point. Like,
I
that's
feel
how the
like weddings
relationship is.
actually can amplify insecurities in people who are already insecure. Like
Yeah.
the comparison, it's really easy to compare and contrast, right? Especially between cousins, like you were saying, between siblings, even like it's not a competition. And
No, but the thing is because they grew up so close, they're close in age, they're going to be doing very
natural.
similar things in all of their life stages. So growing up with that, depending on how the kid was raised, they could have a more competitive mindset about it, right? And then that's when the jealousy plays in.
go to
And they're
therapy.
yeah, they need to go to
Yeah,
therapy.
because
But like
people
it
just like to
happens.
fixate on certain things.
Yeah, like, oh, your
Not
cousin's
that-
doing this. Why aren't you doing this? Like, if that's how the
just-
upbringing
yeah.
was, then that mindset's going to be there.
That's fair. I'm always for protecting your peace. So like say this cousin actually is jealous and is being toxic.
That's their problem.
Yeah, that's not your issue. Like, they don't belong on your guest list if they're going to give you any kind of anxiety on your wedding day. That's my opinion. But in terms of this story, I do need more information again about like what's happening, what's going on here.
Yeah, to me, if that's like the subject, should I invite my cousin? If there's already a question in that, don't even invite them then.
Yeah,
There's no point inviting them.
it's weird.
I don't know.
Okay, so that's my last story that I wanted to
It's kind of fun.
ask you guys about. I love watching. I love reading the tea on Reddit. It's fun for me. But I wanted to do some rapid fire yes or no answers from both of you guys
boy.
for etiquette. Okay, because I'm just curious because like we have like you two have differing opinions, so I just want to.
She's to me, yes, no,
I want
no,
to know.
yes.
So I want to see how opposite they actually are. Okay, my first.
Like we have to do it at the same
yeah,
time.
like, right away.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, us?
No or yes. Like
What's yes? Yes? No?
no. You have to invite all of your cousins.
No.
No. Wait, you were supposed to count us down.
Oh, you got the answer too.
I was just saying, I say faster.
No,
Keep up
I
with
feel
you.
like you said
See,
the
it's
same no at the
competition
same time.
nonsense.
So I'm not gonna count them down, okay? They're just gonna say it. Their first answer. I just want you like gut instinct.
Okay.
Okay, next one.
No.
She didn't even ask the question yet.
I needed to win.
Right here.
Your parents' best friends must be invited.
No.
Why? Oh.
The heck?
So no, I guess.
No is the answer, yeah.
Not inviting kids is rude.
No.
No.
Giving your guests a strict dress code is good.
Not
No.
good.
Giving your guests a color palette is fine.
Maybe.
That's- yeah.
That's still kind of controlling. what
Yeah,
your
like
guests want
if it's
to do.
black, sure. If it's mint green, not everybody wears mint green. Like ochre orange. What is that?
Why?
Surprised.
No, not yet. Anyways.
Family only weddings.
That's fine. Sure.
Inviting only a few of your coworkers.
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Yes, you can do
But
that.
yeah, I
Keep it
did do
secret.
that, actually.
Keep it secret though.
Do you trust our coworkers to keep things secret?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Having a B list.
Oh yeah.
What about if people found out they're on a B list? If you found out you were on a B list, would you be sad?
I'd be like, well, they're just trying to make up for the minimum requirements. No, I wouldn't be sad.
We wouldn't know.
Yeah, I guess.
I knew for someone
Did you?
recently.
Really?
Oh yeah, we were invited last minute, and the invitation had the RSVP date that I had already
God.
passed.
Oh shit.
That's hilarious.
We still went, only because
So how did you
another
feel?
couple that was also invited as a B guest list.
Not inviting a spouse because you don't like them. You met them
Oh
though.
dear. I mean,
I did that to
it's
Dawn.
fine if that person knows you don't like that spouse.
What? Actively tell your friend that you don't like their spouse.
Maybe.
Okay, here's another one.
Yeah, I would. That's a no from. Like, wait, what was the question?
The question was purposely not inviting the spouse of your friend because you don't like them.
So, like, yes, as a nice support. No, I don't.
Yeah. Like you don't invite the spouse of your friend because you don't like them.
That's again feel like very situational.
Okay, fine. What about you? The statement. So yes or no for the statement. You must invite people who invited you to their wedding.
Nope.
No.
Really?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, interesting.
To be reciprocated like that.
I don't know. Like a lot of people feel that way.
Well, what if you choose to have just a family only wedding? Not really. anything you
Like
can do
again,
about
a
that.
lot of people feel that way. I'm not saying that it's
Oh.
like right or wrong.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay, you guys are not that different then.
That's
No.
I
Common
kind
sense.
of wanted to find one of those.
What about not inviting people because of their political stance?
Oh dear.
I mean, it's
Do
it's pertinent right
politics get brought up that often in
now. In
conversation?
families? Politics gets brought up, like in family gatherings. And stuff.
Yeah. I think it's because we're just very non-political.
Yeah, that's why. Next question.
Okay, so you guys are not that different. I thought that I would find something that you guys were opposite in, but clearly not. But anyway, let's wrap up this episode with the 5 golden guest list rules that you might want to follow when you're making your guest list. So we talked about all these different situations. Hopefully you found some of them relatable. So number 1 is to decide how many people you can actually afford to feed for both ceremony and reception before you even start putting names down. Like have that rough number. It's the number 1 golden rule that we would say. Number 2 is if you make a rule, like say no kids, apply it to everyone. Don't have favorites. If you're going to say an adult only wedding, have an adult only wedding. Because like then your guests are going to be like, this person so-and-so had kids invited. This person so-and-so had +1 and I didn't. So if you're going to make rules, universal rules amongst everybody. Number 3, golden rule, invite people you actually want to be there. I feel like that should go without saying, but there's a lot of people who feel obligation to invite XYZ. Parents want this person, friends, cousins, significant other twice removed wants this person. Like, you invite people that you want there at your wedding. Number 4, boundaries or setting them will help you prevent drama later. Set your boundaries, stick to them. And number 5, at the end of the day, it's a wedding. It's not a family reunion. It's not a popularity contest. Doesn't matter how many people you have that say yes or no on your guest list. It's a wedding, and you should focus on that instead of anything else. So I would say those are our 5 golden guest list rules to follow, and hopefully prevent some of the stress in creating your guest list for your wedding. Anyway, that wraps up our episode about guest list drama. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of a tea.
It's a different kind of episode.
Yeah, like a tea rant session. I think my sisters enjoyed it.
liked
It's fun.
I'll find more tea on Reddit and read them more stories. If you're listening out on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please rate our podcast. It does help us kind of boost us in the algorithm there. If you are watching or listening via YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. We would love to hear from you. We would love to get your tea or give you advice specifically if you're going through any kind of hardships during this wedding planning process. We are back to our regular programming, hopefully, barring any illnesses for my sisters. But for next week, we will have more wedding talk, maybe some more tea, depending on if you guys request anything. But we hope you enjoyed this episode of Belles and Banter. And yeah, have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.